Hello, and welcome to my kitchen. You're probably wondering why I'm holding this book, Presenting to Win, The Art of Telling Your Story by Jerry Weisman, and that's because I'm here to talk to you about it today. So thank you for joining me in my kitchen with me this afternoon. So Jerry Weisman kind of starts out with his book stating that he was not always a good presenter. And I like that he starts that out because he connects with you, the reader, right away. No one is ever a really good speaker right away, although we think that some people are, but as we've learned in class, this is not the case, and I like that he points that out. He doesn't come across as being, arrogant and, oh, this is easy, everyone can do this, why are you reading this? So I like that he kind of starts out that way. And then he also starts out with his problem and solution aspect that is the running theme of his book. So he has the problem being that presentations are used as documents in the corporate world. And I see this too. When I've had to give a presentation at work, they want you to send them your slides before you give your presentation, which kind of, to me, defeats the purpose of actually presenting, because then you are scrambling to get everything put together into this presentation because you don't want to miss out on any information that they might glaze over when they're reading this document that's actually your presentation or supplemental material. And he also points out that Microsoft has even set this up so you have two separate programs. You have Microsoft PowerPoint for presentations and Microsoft Word for documents. So you should actually use the document functionality of Microsoft Word to send them an executive summary rather than sending them your slides. And I like that he points that out as an option. Finally, he will go into how to actually put your presentation together. And he starts this out in a very easy to follow format. And I like that he has this in an easy to follow listed format because I'm very logical in thinking. So this made it very easy for me to actually latch onto it and say, hey, this might actually work for me. So he starts out by saying, you have to get your brainstorming session together, turn off the left side of your brain, use the right side so you can have your creativity flowing and make sure you're not missing any sort of aspects that you want to navigate your audience from point A to point B, which is your end goal for all of your presentations. You want them to follow where you're going and take them on this nice little journey that you are going to be the instructor of to the end point of your point B. He also includes throughout his book of the WIFI, which is the what's in it for you for your audience. Because if they don't have the WIFI, they end up with MIGO. I like all of his utilizations of these abbreviations and acronyms, but the WIFI again, what's in it for you? The MIGO, mine eyes glaze over, or speaking to a brick wall. And no one really wants that. So I like that he points out easy ways to avoid this through your form, function, and utilization of your presentation. And an aha moment for me on this was how to actually put this flow together. And I got the brainstorming part, and I got the putting everything down on paper, but actually organizing the flow and having 16 different ways I think was very, very helpful. And I did not agree with him saying you could only use one though. He said to focus on one specific aspect for all your entire presentation for your flow, but I thought that you could also, start with a top down, bottom up, and maybe do like both aspects. So I think in future, while utilizing his things, I might do more than one, just so that it makes more sense to me as a presenter, which he says many times, focus on your style. So I guess my style is using more than one thing. He also points out how to put your slides together to minimize the number of eye sweeps, which I thought was really interesting as well, because it didn't really click with me that you would have all these eye sweeps of your audience trying to read everything that you have on the screen. Granted, it's huge, but they still have to go from here over to here to read everything. So I really like that he puts this in an easy follow way and makes it really understandable on how to make this a very good platform for you to present and have this as your supplemental material as you are presenting this to your audience. So all in all, I would definitely recommend this book to anyone who's looking to work on their presentation skills because it breaks it down very easily, has a good flow, and points out things that are real life aspects, real life companies, which I thought was really helpful. And he shows how these real life companies such as scientific companies, biotechnology companies, used his steps to go to IPO roadshows and sell their ideas and really get their points across. So it drove it home to me that using these aspects will help you be a better presenter. So thank you for your time today, and I hope you enjoy reading the book.